Here's a kickoff now downfield. Driven into the end zone by Reves, and it'll come out to the 20 for Cleveland. First and 10, 10-yard rushers. Aligned in a nice set. Now they open it up. Ernest Finer takes on some Dolphins and gets it out close to the 24-yard line. Miami go as long as he can. Browns now with second down and 6 coming up. Long 6. Kevin Mack. It'll be third and short as Kevin Mack, a 215-pounder from Clemson, powers the ball out close to the 29-yard line. 5-yard gain.
Don, one of the things the Browns like to do, watch Reggie Langhorne. He comes in motion through the formation, then as a crackback blocker trying to shut off the pursuit of the linebackers. He gets a good hit on Ship, and it brings up third and very short. This is a very conservative, although very efficient Cleveland Browns offense. They don't want to put Bernie Kosar in third and long situations.
Well, they got him in third and short right now. Third and a yard for Cleveland opening drive. Kevin Mack looks like he might be a foot short. He's chopped by Hugh Green. The spot means everything here.
Dolphins did a great job of stringing this play out. These running backs block very well for each other, but you can see that 40 Kozlowski does a great job of disrupting the seam in the defense. Running back had no place to go. 3 downs and out.
And Hugh Green made the hit that took him down short of the first down. So now Tommy Figueredo's back as Jeff Gossett is ready to punt for Cleveland. Didn't hit it well. Line drive is fielded on a fair catch by Lyle Blackwood at the Dolphins 42-yard line. Just a 30-yard punt. So the supercharged Dolphin offense comes out with excellent field position. Starting with Bruce Hardy, a line to the left. Bennett. And Rogers, the free safety, got it, and Woody Bennett almost went the distance. A 17-yard gain. 17-yard gain. Now Marino ready to strike on first and 10. Dan Marino, who makes it happen fast, goes to tight end Dan Johnson, and he's inside the Cleveland 35-yard team. Second down run by Tony Nathan, and the Browns shut him down. Coming up to fill was Chip Banks. 4 years in the league, 3 times a starter in the
3, 4, 5, 6 DBs now for the Cleveland Browns.
Marino setting in the shotgun at the 39-yard line of Cleveland. Pat Moore. Nice breakup on the play. Coming up to get it was the strong safety Al Gross.
One of the big things we want to watch all day is who matches up with Net Moore, this gifted third down receiver. This time it's Felix Wright, 22 on the inside. He gets by Felix Wright, but Wright does the correct thing. He stays underneath the receiver. I think Marino's first choice would have been Net Moore. That's great coverage by Felix Wright on that play.
Reves, the rookie kicker, has the longest this season of 49. He's ready to try a 51-yarder for the Dolphins. Wind should not be a factor. Right down the alley, Juan Reves puts the Dolphins on the board with 10:34 to play in the first quarter. Miami takes a 3-0 lead. 80 degrees and sunny in South Florida as Reves, a 2-step kickoff man, hits a popper inside the 5. And here comes Glenn Young. White shirts sweep him under at the 19-yard line. An 18-yard return, so Kosar, and 56 years old today. It's Bernie Kosar, who's 21, 11 starts for Cleveland. He's 4 and 6 as a starter. Power football again, nothing there. Biner takes it, and Mike Charles throws up a blocker and makes a jolting hit-on-hit. Number 71.
This defense of the Miami Dolphins has been the play of Hugh Green. He now knows the defense under Chuck Studley does not go out there tentative. He knows where he's supposed to be, what he's supposed to do. You see that shield over his eyes. He had an eye problem in Tampa. It's licked, but he still likes wearing the shield.
This could be Kosar's first throw of the day. Double tight ends in, set to the right. That's Newsom at the lower portion of your screen. 2nd and 8. Pick up the blitz. Biner fell down. He was open, but fell trying to cut out of the 25-yard line.
Also, you see him on Kevin Mack here. That's contact, or excuse me, that's Biner out in the flat. Miami wants to flush Kozar ever so slightly. They feel if they can get him on the move, that he doesn't throw the ball as well as when he's sitting back there with his feet underneath him.
Chuck Studley, the Miami defensive coordinator, likes to send blitz 3rd and 8. They send one up the middle. Kozar gets it away, but he overthrows Clarence Weathers at the 35-yard line, so the Browns have to punt it again, and the Dolphins again prompt should Gassett's punt. This time Gassett hits it well. Towering punt taken at the 37, and the Browns are there to get him. So a well-executed coverage of a good punt. And this time they go from the 37, and they lead the game 3-0. Marino makes it happen fast as he looks deep, and wide open is tight end Bruce Hardy as he riddles the Browns right up the gut for a gain down to the 47-yard line. 17 yards. It's been a big number for Miami on 1st down.
Don Rogers on the tackle. Throughout this season, the Cleveland Browns defense has played that bump and run on the outside. Still Minifield and Dixon playing off the wide receivers, tight ends for the Miami Dolphins. Very critical to their success. They get so much double coverage on the outside guys.
Marino's numbers are off from a year ago, but there probably will never be numbers like Marino had a year ago. 5,000 yards passing, 48 touchdowns. NFL record. Here is a handoff, and this time the Browns stuffed Woody Green. Clay Matthews, 57, was the first player through, and there's a loss on the play back to the 50. Defense. And they bark.
Sounds like a nice group. Kind you take home for dinner.
Fun guys. 2nd and 13 now for Miami. Marino looks to catch him coming early with a long count. Mark Cooper goes for the ball but can't get it, so it's going to be 3rd and long now for the Miami Dolphins. Lots of people blocking.
Barks. Stevenson, generally speaking, can handle any nose tackle by himself. See, Foster does a good job helping out. Marino gets plenty of time to throw. He's only been sacked 19 times this year. And that
3rd and long for the Dolphins, who lead 3-0. 7:47 to play 1st quarter. And Marino hits the deck hard as on the pass rush was number 91 Sam Clancy, and for Dixon on the coverage, so the Brown defense bites.
Fun. Felix Wright once again. Look at the outside hand for Dixon. It's a zone. It's not a man-to-man, even though they disguise it as bump and run man-to-man. Marino almost throws that interception. I think he realized the coverage late, threw it into the ground. That's a plus for Cleveland right there.
Marino did have one problem throwing the ball. It was his 23 interceptions. Only 2 quarterbacks threw more. Roby booms a high punt. AFC's best punter forces Brian Brennan into a fair catch at his 17-yard line. So Cleveland with a 3rd possession now. Cleveland Browns with the ball, trailing Miami 3-0 in this divisional playoff game. Bernie Kosar gives off, and the Browns get some power back running from Kevin Mack, who takes it across the 30 for a gain of 8, almost 9 yards.
Long as he possibly can, and give way to his brother Lyle.
He's the man who calls the defensive signals for Miami. He leads them in interceptions with 6. Integral part of the Dolphin defense, Glenn Blackwood. He's in there now. 2nd and short yardage. And Kevin Mack puts his head down and doesn't get a thing. Doug Betters fought off tacklers, and the pilot is Captain Don Plaskonic from Randolph, Ohio, who played college football at the University of Miami. Right now, with the spot giving the Browns a 1st down. They're ready to go now, 1st and 10. Kevin Mack, Lilja pulls, and Kevin Mack, a power runner with speed, working hard and gets 11.
Whoa.
1st down Cleveland. So the Brown game plan, Trump, as you pointed out, was to run the ball at Miami and keep Marino off the field. This set of downs, it seems to be working.
And they all seem to choose to run to Kim Bokamper's size. Now, he's not a bad player. He's just the smallest defensive lineman. He's a former linebacker, a former all-pro linebacker, converted to defensive end. Ricky Bolden doing a good job. 1, 2, 3 missed tackles. 4, he's still fighting. 5, 6 guys finally hit him before he goes down an 11-yard gain.
Now Curtis Dickey is in the game for Cleveland. Picked up off the waiver wire from the Indianapolis Colts, a former #1 of the Colts. Curtis Dickey, he can go fast. And Curtis Dickey bangs ahead for 9 more yards as the Browns, powering the ball, are getting the jump on the Miami defense right now. Bud Brown, the free safety, made the tackle for the Dolphins for 25 yards. In games that he's gained 90 or more yards in, Cleveland's unbeaten. That's in 5 games. 5-0 in those. Pitch back. Dickey. A world-class sprinter at one time, and he gets ahead for 9. A lot of times you hear the term world-class sprinter when a guy ran college. On 2nd and short, 2 tight ends in, and Ernest Biner. No, they play fake. Kosar looks, swings it out to Holt, a tight end, the former All-Canada player, and he has a first down for the Browns. Puts his head down and butts his way to the Miami 36-yard line. Rudzinski knocked him down. Browns and the Dolphins have not met since 1979. First time in 13 years Cleveland's been at the Orange Bowl. Biner turns the corner. And the Dolphins continue to give up a lot of yards as Cleveland runs to the right side of the Miami defense. That a 15-yard.
On his last run of the regular season to reach 1,000, he got 9, and he doesn't run to the sideline. Boom, he takes on Glenn Blackwood there. These guys are fire plugs, and they got jets on their feet.
So Biner with 3 carries, 21 yards for Cleveland. The Browns working their game plan to perfection on this drive. This initiated at the Cleveland 18-yard line. Miami leads the game late in the first quarter, 3-0. Kevin Mack. We saw a lot of Hugh Greentrump early in the game. He hadn't been there in this drive. They're knocking him right off the play. 9th play of the drive coming up now for Cleveland. 2nd and 8. It's loud here at the Orange Bowl. As Biner tries the middle, and filling very nicely to make the hit was Jay Brophy, a teammate of Bernie Kosar's, for Miami leading 3-0. Open man. Ozzie Newsome. He's in for Cleveland, and the Browns take the lead. Okay, there's a lot of Cleveland fans down here.
Rooting for them dogs. Alex Moyer, 54 for the Miami Dolphins. The man in coverage. Tell you, this Kosar kid is absolutely unflappable. There you see 54 Newsome, all-time leading receiver at the position of tight end. Takes a hit, gets the ball in the end zone. What a drive. What a drive by the Cleveland Browns.
An absolute football masterpiece. The Browns taking it from their own 18-yard line, banging it down the field. Run, run, run. A couple of key throws. The last for a touchdown by Kosar. And now the extra point is drilled up. And it's good. And with 1:24 to play in the first quarter, the Cleveland that drive as they take a 7-3 lead. Very important for this young team. A confidence builder. Now a short kickoff, and Vigorito brings it back up the middle for Miami to his 33-yard line. Let's watch the touchdown throw as Bernie Kosar works more magic in the Orange Bowl. In the end zone, and the Browns, decided underdog, have a 7-3 lead. Woody Bennett looks for some place to go, and there's not much there. Brown linebackers are big and they're quick, and up to make the first hit was Reggie. Kosar to Newsome has taken a 7-3 lead. Now Miami's ready to go, 2nd down and 8. Marino makes a quick read. Lets her fly, and he's got a man open, but the ball is off the fingertips of Mark Duper. And again, Marino gets popped as he releases the
6 DBs now for the Cleveland Browns, Don.
3rd down and 8. Marino does very well to release the ball as he was about to be sacked, and the Cleveland pass rush has beaten the Miami offensive line. So after the Dolphins took it down the field on their first possession, kicked a long field goal, this game has been decidedly Cleveland's.
This could have been a sack. It appeared to me that Dan Marino was in the grasp of Bob Goley. He's got him by the knee, still gets it off. He's going to net more once again. Cleveland doing an outstanding job of disguising coverages.
Gola can work those takedowns. He was an All-American wrestler at Notre Dame, as well as an All-American football player. A kick downfield. Brian Brennan forced into another fair catch by long ball hitter Reggie Roby, and so the Browns again start deep in their own end after a 48 run and left again. They just overpowered Miami that side. Kevin Mack runs the ball. An overmatch here, at least at this point in the game.
Still Miami stops them.
Kosar, good play fake, and he gets Steiner up the middle. Look at that hit. That was Hugh Green. It was on a 2nd and 6 play, and Hugh Green makes the knockdown at the 25-yard line. A couple of yards short of a Cleveland first down. It brings up 3rd down.
Steiner, an excellent receiver for the Cleveland Browns, as well as a runner. He had 45 catches through the season, and Kosar's taken no chances throwing that ball down the field. He does not want any turnovers here. That's a pancake by Hugh Green. That's what they call those. Think they'll come this way?
They've been doing it. Running right at the left side. Back right. That's Ernest Steiner. Head down. He's got a first down for Cleveland out to the 29-yard line. With 250-pound blocker at the top. Bernie Kosar has to unload. Comes back to Hope. And Hugh Green is there to make a hit for about a 6-yard loss. They're yelling Hugh.
Now the problem with Holt here, it's a delay, and he's an outlet receiver for Bernie Kosar, but he doesn't do anything. You see Green trying to hold up Ozzie Newsome at the line of scrimmage. He just stands there. Don't wave. All it does is bring attention to yourself, and this is the result. Try to hide, you know.
So Hugh Green, who was getting beat on some of those running downs in that Cleveland touchdown drive, now delivers a couple of major plays. 12:46 to play. First half, clock running. Browns with the ball and a 7-3 lead over the heavily favored Dolphins. 2nd and 14 with the ball's position. Good pass blocking. Incomplete at the 33-yard line. Hugh Green separated Ozzie Newsome from the ball.
There should have been a flag there. Hugh Green had Ozzie Newsome's shirt all over the place. He got away with one. Now watch Newsome on this spin. First the release. Nice little move. Now watch Hugh Green. Right hand, pulling the shirt, trying to keep him from spinning. Ball thrown on time. That's great coverage. You get, hey, look, you got to take your chances. Sometimes you get away with it. Sometimes you don't.
Hugh Green, the 1980 College Player of the Year at the University of Pittsburgh. Now the situation Cleveland hopes to keep young Bernie Kosar out of. 3rd and long. As the Dolphins will be teeing off and coming with a 3-man rush. Kosar lets it fly. Brian Brennan is leveled by Bud Brown. Brennan's all right. But Cleveland has to punt the ball to the Dolphins.
That was a busted pattern. Somebody ran the wrong one. Clarence Weathers and Brian Brenner were within 3 yards of each other. I thought if Weathers put his hands up or makes an attempt to catch that ball, he's got it. Watch this once again. You don't want 2 receivers this close to each other at the end of a play. You see there?
Almost lights out for Brian Brennan, but he's all right now. Vigorito fields the punt. Tommy Vigorito of the Dolphins gets back to the Miami 30. That was a 56-yard punt by Jeff Gossett of Cleveland, an 11-yard return. The Dolphins have it trailing as Oklahoma was crowned national champion Wednesday night. And now the Dolphins pack the Orange Bowl, taking on the Browns with Miami trailing 7-3. Marino with a quick throw. And he gets Tony Nathan out of the backfield, ahead for a gain of about 6 or 7 yards.
Marino now 3 of 8 throwing. Scott Nicholas was the man in coverage. Eddie Johnson finally with the tackle. That's the value of a Tony Nathan. Very quick, can run the ball. He's their leading rusher. He's their leading receiver. He is so tough to cover with a linebacker.
It's Nathan's 73rd catch of the year. And he also leads the Dolphins in rushing, averaging almost 5 yards a carry. Dan Marino probably drops to throw, makes his read, and fires as fast as any quarterback has ever played. That's why he's been sacked so few times. And now Joe Carter, another Alabama back, takes the ball on second. Back to rush for 100 yards in a game in the last 3 seasons, believe it or not. Swing pass goes to Big Woody Bennett on first down. And Bennett fights tacklers out to his 49-yard line, a gain of 6.
That's Bennett's 11th catch of the year. They don't throw to him very often.
When they do, he appreciates it and gets it. Tony Nathan trying to go into the Cleveland defense on a 2nd and 4 play. Got 2 to the Browns' 49-yard line. First down, Miami. Quick hit. Taking the ball is Tony Nathan. He's not done till he's down to the Cleveland 36-yard line. 13 yards on a 3rd and 3 play.
Time it is man-to-man, but you see the move by Nathan out of the backfield. Eddie Johnson slips. You know, one thing about Miami, championship teams, successful teams are able to make adjustments to what the defense is doing. May take them a while, but conversation with David Shula up in the booth, and now it appears Miami's figured it out.
Browns had a club record 44 sacks this past season. They've been pressuring Marino. He's taking shorter drops now, getting the ball away quickly. Home run. Clayton. Very nearly interference. Minifield right with him, stride for stride. The official right there also says it's clean. Vertical leap of over 42 inches. That's slam dunk height. Here now at the run is Joe Carter weaving and working, and he doesn't get a whole lot on a 2nd down and 10 play. Worked ahead for maybe a yard. Minifield stayed with him and rode him down. 80 degrees and a bright sun shining here on the Orange Bowl as on 3rd and long. 3rd and 9. Dan Marino sets in the shotgun at the Cleveland 41. Bang. Going for Super. Beautiful break up by the Cleveland Browns. Going way up to get the ball was Al Gross, a strong safety. Averaging 40 on his first 2. But his hang time is the thing that has been excellent. There's been no return yardage by Cleveland. Another wedge shot. Another fair catch for us inside the Cleveland 15-yard line. Now he's up to beat him today. Cleveland leading 7-3. First and Hurricanes when they upset Nebraska and won the national championship on the Orange Bowl field. Now first and 15. The Browns go to just a straight ahead power dive, and 215-pound Ernest Biner gets some, not much. Before long, Trump, we're going to see Kosar go deep to Clarence Weathers. He's the deep team with 2nd and just over 10. Browns 7, Dolphins 3. 2nd quarter. 7:30 to play in it. Biner. And he gets out across the 20. Bring up 3rd down and about 3 as Mark Oklahoma State. 3rd down and 3 as dropping to throw is Bernie Kosar. Luke Pruitt intercepted by Miami. Picked off by cornerback Paul Langford. And the Dolphins make the big play on defense and gets the ball at the Cleveland 25-yard line.
One thing that young quarterbacks have to learn in the NFL is not to stare at the receiver they're going to. You can see him follow the receiver all the way across the field. The rest of the defense just reads that. Intended receiver Brian Brennan. And from the minute Bernie Kosar got the ball in his hands, that's where he was locked on to. That's his 8th interception of the 1985 season.
Now Dan Marino, who likes to strike quickly after the turnover, sets his team 1st and 10. Clayton might have heard footsteps. The throw was right where it had to be, but Mark Clayton looked back, took his eye off the ball, and it'll be 2nd down and 10.
And for Dixon on the coverage, and I believe you are correct. He looked a little shy putting his hands out there for that one.
Marino now 5 for 13 throwing the ball, 51 yards. 6:34 to play in the first half, and the Dolphins trail underdog Cleveland 7-3. A lot of time for Dan Marino. And he makes a pitch down to the 19-yard line to Tony Nathan. Nicholas on the stop for the Cleveland Browns.
You can see that Dan Marino is going to outlet receivers all over the field, Don. Browns doing a great job of disguising coverage. Now you can see everybody dropping back. That's a total zone coverage, too deep. And when that ball is thrown underneath, Nicholas, he reacts to that throw underneath and makes the tackle. Brings up about 3rd and 4, I'd say.
Tony Nathan, who caught 72 balls in the regular season, has 3 catches today for 26 yards. 3rd down and 4, Miami. Another strike. Tony Nathan, 1st down Dolphins, 9-yard line of the Browns at 1st and goal. 10-yard gain.
Now you see what the Dolphins have done. They started out this game trying to get the ball The third down situations. They discover the matchup. Tony Nathan on Eddie Johnson, and Dan Marino exploits it right here. Second time we've had single coverage linebacker on Tony Nathan, and he turns it into a first down. You got to adjust. It's all this game is, a game of adjustment from first down to last.
Remember talking to Mike Ditka when he was down here at that Monday night game, only lost to the Bears. He said Nathan's the killer. They had talked about everybody else, and they're all good, but he said Nathan makes more big plays than anybody out there. Out pattern, a throw and a catch. Bruce Hardy diving at the ball, and he makes the play down close to the 7-yard line. Curtis Weathers backing the line on the outside was on the play. 69 yards. Dolphins, high-scoring team, have not been in the end zone yet, but they're close now. Second and goal. Trailing 7-3 Miami. Tip ball, and Clayton has it, but he's out. It's not an inbounds catch. With 4:17 left to play in the first half, the Browns, a decided underdog, continue to lead Miami 7-3. Dolphins challenging. Third and goal. There's the blitz. Pick it up. There's an interception. The ball is picked up by Don Rogers from UCLA. Open field. Marino can't get him. And finally, he's tripped up as he crosses the Cleveland 40-yard line. So that Miami drive, you remember, started with a Dolphin interception of Kosar, and now the Browns take it back in their end zone.
That's a 45-yard return.
Takes it back 45 yards, and now the Browns start this drive with their best initiating field position. Kevin Mack on first down runs it to the 49-yard line where Mark Brown brought him down. See the game clock ticking down to 3:55 to go in the first half. Could have been in shape, Trunky. Second and 6, pitch back. Curtis Dickey turns the corner and hits out to the 50-yard. Play fake, Kosar, swing pass out of the backfield. And coming up with the ball is Herman Fontenot, and he is very close to a first down. He has one for Cleveland. Well, they spot the ball. It is a first down as he's inside the 45-yard line of Miami. Schottenheimer's brother coaches for Bill Arnsparger at LSU and recommended him. It's first down and 10. Kevin Mack bucks up the middle and takes it down to the Dolphin 33-yard line. The Browns inspired after that big play in the end zone by Don Rogers, the interception and subsequent 45-yard return that stopped the Dolphin drive. And now Cleveland heading for the end zone.
Mack averaging 5 yards per carry throughout the season. He's deceiving both in strength and in speed. He now has 9 carries for 48.
A preview of tomorrow's Raiders-Patriots game. Ahmad Rashad is here at the Orange Bowl. Also to report, as right now Cleveland with a 7-3 lead has it first and 10. Curtis Dickey breaks tackles, and Dickey's down to the 23-yard line of Miami. The Dolphins are a proven commodity. They can go the distance in the heat. We'll see if Cleveland can. As the Browns on first down take it down close to the 21-yard line, we'll be selecting the Budweiser most valuable. Back at the Orange Bowl, the Browns in the lead 7-3. Dan Marino and the Dolphin offense can only look on now. After the interception of Marino, Cleveland driving down into the closed end of the Orange Bowl. Noise level is sky high. Kosar's been down this road before, though. On the run, the pitch ball beautifully done. Coming off to make the play was Bob Brudzinski. Third and 8. End up to Ernest Biner, open field. He's heading for the end zone. Ernest Biner's going to get down to the goal line. He is. Touchdown, Cleveland. Third and long, they go to the run. It's a 21-yard touchdown run. And the Browns right now are stunning Don Shula and the Dolphins. Game was sold out as of yesterday, and right now it's deafening silence. The Browns have taken the noise out of the Orange Bowl for the moment as Lorenzo Hampton brings it back. Felix Wright gets him, and the Dolphins will go with not much time. 53 seconds to go in the first half. They'll have it at their 27. Travis Tucker was also on the special teams play.
Dolphins are 8-0 in 1985 here in the Orange Bowl. So
Yes.
these fans aren't used to seeing those numbers on the scoreboard.
Raiders were the last team to beat Miami in the Orange Bowl. That was in the '84 season. A wild shootout here on a Sunday afternoon. Counting last year's playoffs, the Dolphins are 17-1 at home over the past 2 years.
Cleveland once again going with their 6 defensive backs now. 3-man rush, 2 linebackers.
Marino going right to the shotgun with 53 seconds to play in the half. 1st and 10. Nat Moore. Got 7 or 8. Game clock ticking down to 42 seconds to go.
Cleveland in the prevent. They'll allow yards underneath all these guys dropping back in coverage.
Dolphins have all 3 timeouts remaining. Another throw, another strike. And again, Nat Moore makes the reception out to the 42-yard. Do it. Right now, though, they're setting to throw. 2nd down and 10. Joe Rose, the big play tight end, gets it down to the Cleveland 43-yard line. 16 seconds left. A 14-3 lead they hold with 2 very impressive drives. The Cleveland defense so far has kept Miami out of the end zone. Nat Moore. Did he have it? He did not. An 8-second show on the first half clock.
One official said he caught it. The other one said no. Bounced out of his hands. Both feet must be down inbounds and clear possession of the football before it's counted as a reception. Ball to him. The hit made. His feet are in. Now what? And that may have a point. Caught it and the ball knocked loose. Let's see if we can look at it from behind Nat Moore. Is that a catch?
Dan Marino.
Looks like he has it.
Official says no, though. Marino with 98 touchdown passes in his first 3 years, but none today. This is 24th throw of the game. Makes a hit. Tony Nathan is down in field goal range now. 2 seconds left, and the Dolphins execute nicely. Get the timeout, and Reves in the field goal unit said we don't care who thinks we belong or don't belong. Everybody that's in the playoffs, 10 teams start out 0-0. We have as good a shot at Spinner is going to carry inside the 5, and here comes Hampton. Not done till he gets out on the reverse of the field to the 33-yard line. A 30-yard. 3 overall in rushing. Not what you'd expect from a 12-4 record, but they know how to win games, particularly here at the Orange Bowl. And we're just starting the 3rd quarter with the big underdogs, the Cleveland Browns, stunning the Dolphins at the moment, 14-3. Now 2 tight ends open the 3rd quarter on offense for Miami. They go to the power game. Woody Bennett got a couple out to about the sun beating down on the Orange Bowl. Dan Marino on 2nd and 8.
Minifield, graduate of Louisville. Clayton, a graduate of Louisville. No chance whatsoever. Ball's not bouncing Miami's way. That hit the official right in the back.
Dolphins with a 7-game win streak after they were 5-4 through their first 9 games and clearly on the ropes. Now they're back on the ropes today in this first of their playoff games. Maybe their last unless they can get it back. 4-man rush, and Marino's going to get away from it and get the ball away, and he makes a hit. What a play by Dan Marino as he got Tony Nathan. There's also a penalty marker down.
That's a towel, Don.
That's a Cleveland towel. All right.
No flag. Cleveland had 6 DBs in the ball game. That meant 3 guys rushing. They still got pressure on Dan Marino. Sam Clancy, and he desperately threw the ball out to the sideline there. Watch Clancy, 91, gets outside. Nathan takes a heck of a hit. Miami still hasn't figured this defense out, Don.
Didn't get enough for the first down on 4th and 6. Reggie Roby is in to punt again. 14-3 Cleveland 3rd quarter. What a shot. Wow. Brian Brennan lets it hit, and it hops into the end zone, so the Browns will get it at their 20. 62 yards into the end zone.
Started the game.
Kevin Mack. And the Dolphins stop the run. Level of this crowd right now. Trying to throw off Kosar in the Cleveland offense. Finally. Everything he's got, and it's only good for a yard, is broken. 3rd and 8. Throwing a catch to Clarence Weathers. He turns the corner. He has a first down for Cleveland. With a run they go, and Ernest Biner breaks it up the middle. Across midfield, Biner at 2:15 with open. Look at the block by Weathers. Biner's going to go the distance. Clarence Weathers took two Dolphins out, screened them away, and knocked them both down. They tripped over each other, and Ernest Biner breaks it 66 yards for a Cleveland touchdown.
That's the longest run of the year by a Cleveland running back.
Hey, there's some people down here from Ohio, because when Cleveland scores, there's a lot of noise also.
That's also the longest run of the season against the Miami Dolphins. 120. Look at that per carry average, 12.8 yards.
They got to change the attack, though. They need points in a hurry.
It's a simple power sweep that the Cleveland Browns run. We'll watch from behind the defense. Harry Holt, number 81, gets a great block on the inside. Dan Fike, the guard who was playing his 39th ball game in 12 months today. Biner breaks it back, and both these running backs, Biner and
Matt Barr kicks off again now for Cleveland. A spinner downfield, Lorenzo Hampton. Knocked down at the 27. Let's watch the 66-yard touchdown run again.
Holt coming down the line of scrimmage, gets Bocamper out of the way. There you see Fike, 69. Biner with great field vision cuts it back. There's nobody there. Weathers, the little guy, kind of an excuse me block. Did you say 66 yards?
66.
Not bad.
To the run, and the Browns stuff it. Miami fans want some passing. That's Ernest Biner, who just broke the Cleveland all-time record for rushing yards in a playoff game. The record set.
They're going to call an elbow to the head.
Pat Haggerty, the referee, making sure, as with 10:05 to play, the Dolphins are going to get a big pickup.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Cleveland. That's an elbow to the head. It was against Clayton. Marino is throwing this into double coverage, Don. It's that double rotation zone. Corners up, safeties out. Rodgers with an elbow right to the head. Now see, Cleveland can't lose its cool now. They're up. There's no reason to rub it in. Just play your defense and don't do something stupid.
The 3. Chip Banks in pursuit of Marino. Lets a rip on the run. Minifield has coverage, and it's incomplete. They've got a lot of getting back to do. Down 21-3. Dan Marino on 2nd and 10. Throwing a strike. Looks like a first down. Let's see where the spot is. It's out to the 47. It'll be very close. Eddie Johnson made the tackle on tight end Bruce Hardy of the Dolphins.
Eddie Johnson on the cover.
Almost a pickoff. Coming up on the ball was Scott Nicholas, the linebacker from the University of Miami, who's starting for the Browns in place of.
Watch Minifield, this time on Duper. You're allowed one bump inside the 5-yard range. I think the Cleveland defenders are. They are taking every advantage out there until the officials throw a flag. They're going to be very aggressive. And that's rerouted the Miami Dolphin receiver.
We'll see how they go in the late rounds. Dan Marino on 2nd and 10. Throwing a catch. Clayton has his first reception. It's good for a Miami first down to the 38-yard line of Cleveland. A 15-yard gain. Dan Marino on 1st and 10. Screen near side. Tony Nathan. Blockers are there, but so are Cleveland Browns. And knocked down for a loss of 2 yards. Eddie Johnson. As right now, Dan Marino on 2nd and 10. Fires and hits Nat Moore down to the 29-yard line. And very close to another Miami first down. Game clock winding. 21-3 Cleveland. 3rd quarter. Tony Nathan takes it down to the 17-yard line. First down Miami, a 12-yard gain. Dan Marino on 1st and 10. Steps in, drills, and hits Dan Johnson. And he's down to the 6-yard line, very close to yet another Miami Dolphin first 11th play of the Miami drive. 1st and goal from the 6. Hardy had it, and Hardy lost it. He was popped by Don Rogers, who you remember made that big interception in the Cleveland end zone in the second quarter. And the Browns quickly took it down the field after his 45-yard return and scored a touchdown.
Browns come with the blitz. You see Eddie Johnson inside. Marino fades a little bit. That's almost a touchdown.
Tomorrow on NBC Sports, it's the Raiders and the Patriots from Los Angeles. The winner advancing to the American Conference Championship game. Cleveland should win, and the Raiders should win. Cleveland would go to Los Angeles. If the Patriots should win and Cleveland should win, the Patriots would go to Cleveland for the AFC Championship game.
5 DBs now for Cleveland, Don.
Don't count Miami out. Down 21-3, a throw and an incompletion in the end zone. It's a clean play. The Browns strike as the ball arrives on Matt Moore's hands.
Felix Wright, man-to-man coverage. Don Rogers, the free safety, standing there. Moore runs the inside pattern. Wright, for the most part, has done a great job, although he allows too much cushion there. If not for Rogers, that's 6 points. And that's Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
And I know this, Trump, just in Marino's 37th pass of the game coming out. And Marino looks. He fires. He's got Matt Moore for a touchdown. Miami's in the end zone for the first. In on the throw to Matt Moore, and the extra within 11. Reves booms the kickoff right into row C. Dickey. As again the Cleveland Browns run at the right side of the Miami Dolphin defense. Safety Glenn Blackwood came up and made the play.
Newsom.
Whoa, almost a big hit. Running the flat pass.
Weathers' outstanding speed.
Could have had this.
And this ball is thrown right on the money. There's no question about that. Hand on shoulder by Judson. They let him get away with it. And I tell you what, Ozzie Newsome was wide open for a first down over the middle. He was
blitz, and Barney Kosar gets away from it, but he's too high with his throw, and Cleveland has to punt the ball. Gossett doesn't hit that one far. And it takes a Dolphin bounce high up, so Miami will take over very close to midfield. Got a 26-yard punt.
Don Jensen almost blocked that punt.
On this drive, trailing Cleveland 21-10. Dan Marino, a throw and a strike to Tony Nathan down to the 42-yard line of Cleveland. And for Dixon made the play, but Marino starts to find the mark. Tony Nathan on a second down and almost 4 carry takes it close to the 40-yard line. Game clock down to 3:45 and running. Eddie Johnson made the play. A lot of times these games here in left in the third quarter, 3:39. 6-down lineman didn't help. Davenport, a rookie running back from Louisville, crashes for a first down.
This is 2-down area, no question about it. Even if they don't make the first down, well, they do get the first down. Watch Hardy coming in motion. This is a kind of the new wave of the NFL. You bring one of those guys in motion, and they trap somebody from the blind side. Miami with a big first down pickup there.
Brown team en route to the AFC Central Championship has lost some of the most heartbreaking games. The Raiders beat them in the closing seconds. Steelers beat them on the last play in a field goal. Lost in overtime one, but still came back to win their division as Bruce Hardy makes the reception down close to the 30-yard line.
He's out, too. Oh, he gets up.
He came to.
Once again, that matchup, Eddie Johnson single coverage on Hardy. Gross makes the hit. Hardy slow getting up. 4 catches now, 37 yards.
He's hit 6 of the 12. An interception each way. Busted it. Look at that power. And look at Ron Davenport. He's into the end zone for a touchdown, a 31-yard run. And that is the 14th touchdown of the season for this rookie. Nathan gave the big block from. So the Dolphins make it happen fast as they go 48 yards in 5 plays. The last 31 on the touchdown run by the rookie Ron Davenport.
At 6'2", 230 pounds, watch him run over Rogers. I mean, absolutely pancaked him. Walsh the last 15 yards into the end zone, slammed.
They have rallied back to trail Cleveland to that 81 San Diego playoff game, although the Chargers in the end won that 41-38. Glenn Young. Look out as Glenn Young gets out to the 42-yard line of Cleveland, a 34-yard return. Now the Browns offense has to start to take control of.
The Dolphins have done adjustment-wise. Defensively has moved Mike Charles off the nose. And you see Bolden and Lilja.
Ding! Stunning blow to the head. He's all right, but they're not sure if he's ready to come back in. Arnie Kosar. Second and 6. Up the gut goes Biner, but a penalty marker comes in. Thrown by the referee from behind the play. Holding against Cleveland.
To your knees.
Bernie Kosar can handle it, though. This is where he played his winning college football. Kevin Mack looks for room to dance, but he finds only Dolphins on defense. That's the end of the third quarter. 21-17 Cleveland. Back after he's been shot at more times than any man alive. They haven't hit him yet. Right now, Bernie Kosar goes from the shotgun on 3rd and 14. Markers down. So is Bernie back at the 33-yard line.
They won't take that penalty.
Back again with 14:40 to play in the game. Underdog Cleveland leading 21-17. Line drive to Vigorito. And the tackle made at the 37-yard line. Tony Nathan gets ahead for about 6 out to the 42-yard line of Miami. It's tough in January to come from the north down to Miami, and the Dolphins have started to take over, but they trail Cleveland 21-17. Back to the run, and tough Tony Nathan is knocked down on a fine play by outside linebacker Chip Banks. One of the best in football.
Eddie Johnson's on Tony Nathan this time.
Marino stands in and lets it rip. The Browns hold. They'll get it back on a punt at 3rd and 5. He's big, 240. He gets every ounce into every boot. This is a line drive. Brennan fields it, living dangerously. Penalty marker down. It's going to go against Cleveland again.
Hand, number 22.
Pushed him in the back. That's senseless. And now the field position is terrible. Half the distance to the goal. They'll start 1st and 90.
And we'll be back on underdog in this game with the Dolphins. The Browns have not played here since '72. None of the current Cleveland players or Coach Marty Schottenheimer was with the team then. But President Art Modell, the Cleveland owner, surely remembers it in the disappointment. That was the perfect season of Don Shula and the Dolphins. Cleveland was leading in the 4th quarter. Miami came back to win. Cleveland's leading in the 4th quarter now. 21-17, but back in their own end. 1st and 10. They've got to run the ball here. Biner, who broke the 66-yard touchdown run, gets out across the 15-yard line. Got ahead for about 8. To be wearing down in the humidity and heat of South Florida. Biner, big and tough, and he hits to the 20. Cruz would have to beat the bad California boys, the Raiders, if Cleveland comes out of this, and that's a long way from being final. Hand off to Kevin Mack, looking for a read, threatening to cut back. He just takes it on a wide sweep and advances the ball out to the 24. Got about 4 yards. Brzezinski and Ship, linebackers on the stop from 2 Dolphins and the 76 Steelers. Ernest Biner. And there's a marker in. Somebody got his face mask. So more yards will be tacked down. Looked like an inadvertent face mask, so it'll probably be 5 yards.
Personal foul. Face mask. 15 yards.
Oh, they're calling intentional. 15.
Can't really see whose arm that is.
Looks like Langford.
No, that's Jackie Shipp. He was grasping for anything he could get to get him on the ground. There are 2 penalties. Inadvertent, which is 5 yards. Advertent, which is 15 yards.
Yeah, it was Shipp, right?
Shipp made no attempt to get his hand off the face mask. Good call on the reverse angle.
Browns have a surprisingly large number of supporters. They've been in the end zone 3 times, and they've created a lot of stir when they hit. 21-17 Cleveland, 4th quarter.
Sweep this way.
Markers down, stops play with Ewer. To the run on 1st and 15, and they get it back at least the penalty yardage. Ball's advanced out to the 45-yard line as Cleveland.
So they got to give it their all.
Biner turns upfield and hits out to the 47-yard line of Miami. That's going to bring up 3rd down and about 2. Leading by a 4-point margin. Pitch back. Knocked down for a loss. Making the play was Nat Moore, a defensive end and all-Canada player, and Team Trump that Kosar hesitated a little.
To be swinging out there. Watch, he brings the pitch back. That's a busted play. I think Curtis Dickey went to sleep on that one. They wanted his speed to the corner for the 1st down. What a time for a mistake.
Now Gossett, who's been up and down punting the ball, hits a knuckler high, not too deep. Kozlowski fumbles the ball. Football on the field. Let's see who gets it. Cleveland thinks they do. You got to get an official to agree.
How can he find out?
Down there with the gnashing of teeth. Lose fingers down in that pile, can't you?
If they had guns, they'd be shooting at each other. That's how nasty it is in there.
Miami keeps the ball. Just a 29-yard punt by Gossett. His punting has hurt the Browns at different points in this game. He's hit it well on a few occasions, but has hit some poor ones.
You see Vigorito telling Kozlowski to catch the punt. Slips right through his hands. He's been out for quite a while, but luckily Miami comes up with the football.
NFL, Don Shula completing his 23rd. 16 at Miami after his tour at Baltimore. Don Johnson of Miami Vice up here in the booth with us. Says, I don't know how you guys do this. This is a tough gig.
I knew that.
He's working. Here's a throw, but an incompleted pass at the 43-yard line. That's to try to stop Marino and the Dolphins. Nathan weaving. Tony Nathan in open field. Al Gross has a line on him, and Gross gets him, but inside the Cleveland 35-yard line. So Marino to Nathan is good for 39, and the Dolphins drive on.
Once again to match up Eddie Johnson with Tony Nathan. 3rd time we've seen it. 3rd time Nathan has been able to avoid the initial tackler. Good job by Clayton, giving him an assist and a block down the field. I'm telling you, this Miami football team knows how to win, Don. Look at that move. Then he turns to the outside. Watch the little block by Clayton. Helps out a little bit.
6:34 to go. Jolting hit. Joe Carter coming out of the backfield was popped there by Curtis Weathers.
Don, coming into this ball game, we thought Nat Moore was going to be the big receiver. He just went into the ball game there for the Miami Dolphins. But this is what championship teams do. When Nat Moore can't catch the ball, they get it to Tony Nathan. He's now got 9 catches for 91 yards. They adjust. That's the name of the game.
As you know, the Miami Dolphins were in the Super Bowl last January. The Cleveland Browns have not won a postseason game since 1969. Not won a championship since '64. Right now, Cleveland, a 2-touchdown underdog in some estimates, leading 21-17 in the fourth quarter. But the Dolphins coming back. That's Bruce Hardy. And he's down to the 18-yard line. Pass his next one. Right now he goes to Davenport, the man who broke the 31-yard touchdown run. He cracks the Cleveland defense inside the 10. First down, Miami are very close to one. It's going to be a yard short where they spot the ball.
Stevenson, Foster.
Nathan head down, takes some jolting hits, and he's down to the 7. It's a Miami first. Frazzle now, and still some way to go. Up back is Davenport. Nathan's a deep back, tip back, Tony Nathan, and the Browns can't get him to it. No, he's down short of the goal line. It'll be 3rd and goal. He's not in. Passes, you remember that 39-yard run. The Raiders and the Patriots. Third and goal, Miami. Dolphins take the lead. A 15th touchdown this season for the rookie, Ron Davenport. 1:57 to play in the game. Now Cleveland gets it back with the whole season on the line. First drive, first field goal. Glenn Young now for Cleveland. It's on the line for the Browns. Glenn Young, 2 hands on the ball, gets out to the 25-yard to work against. Throwing a catch. Biner has the ball. He's out to the 32-yard line. Bernie Kosar, $1 million quarterback. Free ball. Kosar's got it, but there's a loss back to the 28-yard line. Browns led the NFL in fumbles this year. 23 fumbles they lost, but today they've not lost one.
Kosar, that was his 15th of the season. I don't understand why Cleveland is staying with the shotgun. With all the noise, get Bernie up underneath the center.
Bernie Kosar going up, trying to call signals against the crowd noise. Biner gets the ball somehow and gets out to the 34-yard line. Third down play. It's going to be about 2 yards short of a first down. Just to play. 4th down and 2. Kosar takes a look. He's going to run it himself. He has the first down and more. He's out to the 39-yard line. Quickly calls timeout, and the clock is stopped with 46 seconds to play. Kosar fires a tip ball, and it's 2nd down and 10. Cleveland fighting to get some field goal range. They can send the game to overtime if they're successful on a long field goal or a short one. There's a throw and a catch down to Newsom as he tries to get out of bounds but cannot. And the Cleveland Browns, apparently unaware they have no more timeouts, wandering about with the clock down to 27, 26 and running. Now they hurry into formation, realizing that time is working against them. 20 seconds to play in the game. Kosar probably just fired out of bounds. 16 seconds. He takes a look. Stands in and fires near side. It's caught by Biner. Biner's ahead, but it's too little too late. The game clock cannot be stopped by Cleveland. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. The Browns powerless now to stop the clock. And Miami wins the game 24-21. Biner elected to go upfield rather than to the sideline.
A mistake of inexperience. That's as hard a fought football game, Don, as I've seen in 1985 for both sides.
A heartbreaker for Cleveland and a great come-from-behind victory for a team that's hallmark is the same. Miami Dolphins railing from a 21-3 deficit to win this game and advance to the AFC Championship game against the winners tomorrow's New England-LA Raider game.
I'd pick Tony Nathan as the MVP of this football game. His receptions absolutely was the adjustment that the Miami Dolphins made in the second half. He provided the win. Tony Nathan. Do we agree?
I'll go with you.
Thank you very much, sir.
So Tony Nathan, our Budweiser most valuable player, and Don Shula, victor again in the Orange Bowl as he's been time and again over the many seasons he's been here in Miami. This is his 16th year, and today, his birthday, and that final touchdown was no small present.
Took a long time for him to get that present, though.
Right.
This Cleveland Brown football team fought their heart out. The Miami Dolphins only have 4 veteran players on their team who have not played in a playoff game. The Cleveland Browns have 17 veterans who have not played in a playoff game. This was a battle of body punches all day long.
That was the Budweiser most valuable player, Tony Nathan. Going off the field, Budweiser will donate $1,000 to the United Way on behalf of Tony Nathan. The Dolphins come back and move on the road to Super Bowl 20 on NBC Sports, which you'll see later this month from New Orleans.
I guarantee you the Dolphins will pay a lot of attention to tomorrow's game. They are 0-9 against the Raiders on the West Coast. If the Raiders win, Miami goes out there. If New England comes here, the Patriots haven't won in 18 years.
We'll be back after these messages from your local station.
24-21, and brings us to the Budweiser NFL Report. Brought to you by Budweiser Beechwood Age. For that clean, crisp taste, this Bud's for you. Hi again, everybody. Bob Costas along with Pete Axthelm in New York. We'll be going back down to the Orange Bowl to join Ahmad Rashad in just a few moments. Also, we'll preview the upcoming Giants, or rather Cowboys-Rams game for you, which will take place in Anaheim in about half an hour. We'll talk to Eric Dickerson of the Rams and Tony Dorsett of the Cowboys a bit later in this post-game show. First of all, let's go back for some highlights of this game, which saw the Browns play so much better than anybody had any reason to expect. Don Shula's team down 14-3 at halftime. After a Dolphin field goal and a Cozart and Newsome 16-yard touchdown, Miami was in scoring position, trailing 7-3. This is in the second quarter, when Don Rogers intercepts Marino's third down pass at the goal line, and Rogers, the outstanding safety of the Browns, brings it back 45 yards, and that leads to an Ernest Biner touchdown before the end of the half. Schottenheimer's team is up 14-3. We go to the third quarter early, and they will build it to 21-3 as Biner, who had 161 yards rushing on the day, takes off with his second touchdown, a 66-yard gallop, longest run from scrimmage for Cleveland this year. They're ahead 21-3, but they left the Dolphins just a little too much clock to work with. And after Marino hit Nat Moore with a 6-yard touchdown pass to bring them to within 21-10, Davenport on a 31-yarder, breaking tackles and then finding open field, brings them to within 21-17. And now late in the ball game, fourth quarter, it's Davenport, the play you just saw. That gives them the lead at 24-21, a sigh of relief for Don Shula. Cleveland had a chance to try and get into position for a field goal axe, but they didn't have the timeouts remaining that they needed toward the end, and they lost track, as a matter of fact, thinking they had one, and that cost them 10 or 15 seconds.
Well, it is a curious thing in football where we contrast great drama with silly things like that. Cleveland played a super game and then made that mental mistake at the end, but still, they weren't that close to get in. I also, speaking of silly things, like to share some of the studio banter that goes on behind the scenes here. I remember before the game, Bob and I were sitting here watching the tease that the game crew had put together, and I said, look, there's Ernest Biner. We're going to try and build up Ernest Biner as a household word. Ernest, you're a household word.
So the Dolphins win the game, but lose your wager.
Lose my wager, and also make me wonder if they, the way Cleveland ran on them in the championship game, whether they get New England or the Raiders, they're going to have a running team, and they haven't proven, the linebackers particularly, have not proven they can stop the run.
Biner, 161, Mack, 55. Kozar, a conservative game, not much passing yardage, didn't make many mistakes, intercepted just once, threw the first half touchdown pass to Ozzie Newsome. Cleveland defense, a tip of the hat or helmet, as the case may be. Clayton, one catch, duper blanked.
That's right. A particular tip from me to Frank Minifield, that small cornerback. I don't have an official stat on it right now. I think he pitched a shutout.